This month, Lexington is embarking on a 10-month project, a creative initiative to make our city government more interactive and efficient through the use of modern technology. Now that may sound a little cliche because modern technology, of course, has been around a long time, but this particular program has not been. To do this project, to engage this project, we've partnered with Code for America. And Code for America calls themselves the Peace Corps for Geeks. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that in a minute. But why do they describe themselves that way? Well, they place really creative superstar technologists from the private sector with local governments for a year of public service. And cities all over the country actually compete to be part of this program. That competition is very aggressive, very intense, and fierce. Thanks to the support of the council and 28 great community partners, we mounted a successful campaign for Lexington to be selected as one of just 10 cities nationwide for this year's Code for America Fellowship Program. Our goal is to work with Code for America to design systems that improve and maintain the quality of life in our neighborhoods. So this project is really all about continuous improvement. Getting up every morning and asking, how can we improve today what we did yesterday? Citizens of university cities like Lexington expect a high quality of life, and our Code for America partnership can help raise the bar through innovative solutions and improved services. So this year, I'm really proud to today announce that our Code for America fellows, Eric Schwartz, Lizzie Diamond, and Livian Yin, are with us today, and I want to invite each of them to say a few words now. So, Eric, over here. All right, come right on.
Kick off with Lizzie.
Oh, we're going to kick off with Livian. Okay, Livian, go.
My name's Lizzie Diamond. I make maps, and I am here through Code for America, of course, as you heard. I'm from Oakland, California, by way of Portland, Oregon. Code for America is certainly the Peace Corps for Geeks. The organization pairs groups of technologists from a variety of backgrounds with some of the best cities in the country to try to help tackle old problems in new ways. We'll be working with Lexington throughout this whole year, and myself and Eric and Livian are extremely excited. We're living here in town for the month of February, but we'll be back several times throughout the year. And we are most excited about collaborating with the city and with as many citizens as possible to learn as much as we can and to do the best work that we can to help to tackle some of those challenges. And Livian will tell you a little bit more about that.
Thanks, Lizzie. Hi, I'm Livian. I'm a web designer and developer originally from Lincoln, Massachusetts. So Lizzie talked a bit about the big picture of what we're working for this year, and I'd love to share a specific example of what Code for America has done in the past. So in 2012, the fellows partnered with New Orleans, and they created this app called Blight Status, where any citizen can go online and they can see, they can track the status of vacated properties in their neighborhood. So at the time, New Orleans had about 35,000 vacant properties in their city, and blight was a large issue because it decreased property values and increased crime. So citizens didn't know how to access the information. It was a convoluted process, but the information was available, and it was just scattered at the time. So the fellows partnered with the city, and they researched what was important to citizens, and they created an app where you can go online and look at, you could go to Blight Status and you can track the status of the properties, and you can also opt in for notifications about your specific interests. And this is powerful because the citizens can find out when and what to advocate for in their neighborhoods. And to me, this particularly resonated because it was a powerful example of how we can leverage tech and human empathy in order to better connect citizens with their local government towards shared goals. And now to Eric.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, my name is Eric Schwartz, and I'm a developer. And for about the last 10 years or so, I've been in Chicago, where I was a partner in a web development firm there. And on a personal note, my wife is actually from Lexington, so I've had the pleasure of spending a lot of time here over the years, and it's a city that I really enjoy, and I couldn't be more excited to be here. I want to extend a huge thank you to Mayor Gray's office and to everyone on the council and in the community who has made us feel so welcome and so supported here. We have been overwhelmed by the enthusiasm and the collaborative spirit that we've experienced here, and it really sets the stage for a great partnership this year. So a huge thank you to everyone. And I also want to say that a large part of what we do, as Lizzie mentioned, is that we want to extend out into the community and learn as much as we can from everyone, and hear stories about things that people love in Lexington, things they think could be even better. So we actually have a great way to do that, which is is to email us at our Code for America email address, which is lexington@codeforamerica.org. We would love to connect with people. We'd love to meet with everyone, and it's a huge part of what we'll be doing this year. So please do send us your ideas and thoughts and comments and everything you have. So thanks for that. And I also want to send a little quick shout out to my mother and father-in-law, Janie and Bob Smith, for picking us up at the airport in a snowstorm in the middle of the Super Bowl, no less. So they missed a fairly sizable chunk of the game. So thanks to them for that. And thank you.
Hey, Eric. That's great, Eric. Thank you. I know they'll appreciate that shout out, and I appreciate your crowding the winner's circle and recognizing everyone who has been involved in this project. A project like this may get creative inspiration, and then it has to escalate, has to move up and move along and be sometimes pushed and encouraged and pulled along. And I especially want to thank the council members Clark and Kay, who are here today, and all the council who over time became increasingly supportive. In this job, I've learned the mayor doesn't wave a magic wand and doesn't tell anybody. I see Harry Clark smiling and Steve Kay smiling right behind me. We don't tell anybody what to do and often not how to do it, but we encourage through. What we do is work collaboratively, and then each council member has a vote, and so that democratic process sometimes takes time. But as we see in a project like this, that one that has creative inspiration and has then the support through a community, really does get traction and can make a big difference. So that community is what we're celebrating today, that community of support. In addition to the city, Lexington's Code for America Fellowship was supported by 28 local individuals, businesses, and foundations, as well as our local Code for America Brigade. And first I want to ask Bob Quick, President of Commerce Lexington, to share some thoughts with us. Bob?
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
First of all, I just want to thank the mayor and the council for asking us to participate in the Code for America initiative. And some of the things that captured our attention at the very beginning of it was that everything we do in life is about a series of relationships. And having three top geeks from around the country, but three leaders in technology from around the country come here and help us to see maybe what we cannot see and to develop within ways to better connect within our community is extremely important. The term that kind of comes to mind is open source. And I think as citizens in our economy, what we're always looking for is how can we better collect data, use data, but know what data is available. And I can see the application of this initiative helping us to provide more of that data to the community, and particularly to the business community, so we can interact better. But I think that's better connectivity and ultimately leads to a much more effective public sector, local government, and to a business community in general. And just to go back, Mayor, to address the money part, we get asked a lot of times for money, and it gets very difficult and tight to come by. But what I do want to stress is we were very honored to be asked on this, because we can really see some incredible applications, and we think the outcome of our investment will be many-fold. So thank you for that. And then the other thing I want to share, our three guests, I was telling them we're transplants, my family, but this is one of the most genuine, caring communities in America. They're going to have a hard time leaving at the end, because they're going to become hooked on what all of us have really started to love about ourselves, and that's this incredible quality of place, quality of life. So welcome to our three guests. We look forward to getting to know them, and thank you for doing what you do.
Next here today, representing Xerox, one of our partners, is Chris Gilligan. Chris?
I'm not as good as Bob. I need, written remarks there.
You're a pro.
Appreciate that. Well, Mayor, thank you for inviting Xerox to be a part of this and allowing Xerox to be here today. Would also like to thank the folks from Code for America and Luke and everybody on your team that helped pick Lexington and select us, and the council members who voted for this to allow this and to allow Xerox to be a part of it, and our other partners like Commerce Lexington, the University of Kentucky, and several other folks. We're honored to be a part of this group. For those that don't know, Xerox has quietly become one of the largest private employers. When we bought a business services company called ACS, they helped companies in tech, transportation, healthcare, and many other industries refine what they do by using IT and data analytics to make those processes better. And that's why Xerox is so excited to be a partner in this project, because Code for America is going to create a tool with tons of city data for folks to play with and make that data more usable, more user-friendly, more accessible, and to make our city much, much better. When folks come in and play with that data, they're going to discover things that we as insiders who are too close to it might not be able to see. And at Xerox, we're kind of experts at making sense of unstructured data, and that's kind of what we have. We have all these databases and all these tools and all these things and all this stuff, but what does it mean when you layer it together and you put it on top of each other? We're going to find out some exciting things. We like to call that a light bulb moment. Nobody here is really seeking to invent something, we don't think. There's not an end game in mind. There's not a specific project. But as our Xerox scientists will tell you, and they've had nearly 12,000 active patents right now, none of them start with a specific end in mind. They just want to solve a problem, simplify a process, or make sense of a slew of data. And at Xerox, we like to call that progress. And on behalf of our 3,000 employees in Lexington, I think we're going to see a lot of progress in the next 10 months. And we can't wait to see what happens next. And that's why we're very proud and honored to be asked and to be a part of this, Mayor. So thank you for allowing us to be a part of it.
Chris, thanks. I think Chris really illustrated well from the private sector point of view, a company like Xerox is employing so many, having a visible project and initiative like this. It has the lens of attention across the country here in Lexington. What does that do for employees at Xerox, our fellow citizens? It elevates, it inspires them as well. And I think that's exactly what Chris was talking about. Of course, being in a university city, having the University of Kentucky, Transylvania, BCTC here. Tom Harris, thank you for joining us from the University of Kentucky and for your support. That also amplifies a project like this. It engages us in creative and inspiring and compelling ways. I want to recognize Councilmember Chris Ford, who has also joined us and who has supported this project along its pathway as well. Chris, thanks for joining us. Now, we have an incredibly talented technology community in Lexington, and this technology community, and there's a lot of young people in it, and that's encouraging, with a lot of energy. They were really embedded in this, I would call a marketing and sales project to recruit the fellowship here. They're doing a lot of things in Lexington, and Nick Such was involved, really active in our Bloomberg, in the competition for the Bloomberg, the Mayor's Challenge. Thank you, Jamie. And representing that technology community today is Nick Such. Nick, thanks, buddy.
Thank you very much, Mayor Gray. Yes, as a member of our technology and entrepreneur communities here, this is really an exciting moment for us. I think it speaks to kind of two different things. One is a validation for all the progress Lexington has made and the companies and startups that are already here. Second, I think it's a really big sales point. So as we're looking to attract companies, and the companies that are here are looking to attract and retain talent, I think being in a Code for America city really helps set us apart. Lexington has had, and kind of evidence of our tech community, we've had a Code for America brigade, which is kind of like the volunteer intramural version. Now we've got the professionals, we've got the major league team here, and so we're really excited for that opportunity. And I think one of the biggest things that we as a brigade have learned over the last few years is really these efforts are not just about building technology. It's about connecting people and about making our community a better place to live. And we're really grateful that the city has recognized this opportunity, as well as all the supporters that have made this possible.
Nick, you expressed that really well. The inspiration that an initiative like this creates. Often we don't see it at the beginning. I think in the mayor's challenge, we didn't see at first what benefits might occur, even if we didn't win first place or second or third. And but we build on. Sometimes it's said we fail forward, and in many respects, this represents that sort of an opportunity. Steve Jobs said that innovation is what distinguishes leaders from followers, and it's not just for individuals or private sector businesses, but for cities as well. To be competitive today, cities must be smarter than ever. The best way to do this is to embrace data-driven decision-making, encourage experimentation, engage citizens in problem-solving, and tap into the creativity and talents of our community. Our Code for America Fellowship will help us push ourselves to imagine what's possible and then make it happen. I think we can all remember a time when the word geek was not especially viewed as a compliment or praise. Nowadays, it's a badge of honor. It means problem solver, creative thinker, innovator. Our partnership with Code for America says to the world that you geeks, you are welcome and you are wanted right here in Lexington.